So, I've had a lot of people recently ask me how it is I do item duplication in this game. And on consoles, it can be tricky to set up, or at least very time consuming. And I've never really been able to explain to anyone who's asked me how I do it, so here I'm going to show it off. I'm going to show off two similar glitches. First is quantity usage, which allows you to use a single item, such as this soul packet here, up to 999 times, even though I only have one. And the second is going to be quantity duplication, which is how I can turn one of any item, such as all of this titanite here, into 99. So, quantity usage is incredibly easy to do. You can do it anywhere. All you need on you is a stack of 999 items of any kind. By far the easiest thing to get is a stack of wooden arrows, as a full stack of these will cost you 3,000 souls. So the first thing you have to do is go to your arrows and pretend to drop them, but you don't have to actually drop them. You just have to look at this screen, the quantity menu. Cancel out of that and go over to brightness. Then you're going to hit confirm and tab over to the right at the same time, which will open both menus at once and look something like this if I can do it correctly. I should mention that the item you want to duplicate should be moved to the top of your inventory for easy access. But once you've opened up both menus at once, you want to hit A again to confirm the soul of a great hero or whatever you are quantity using. And now we are in the use, drop, change order or reset order menu. You're not able to see it behind the brightness menu, but you can see which selection you're on by looking at the text underneath the word brightness. It's pretty difficult to read that, but you can make out the capital letter U for use at the start. You see if I go down, it changes to a slightly more curved shape, which is the capital D for drop. So we want to go down in the brightness menu without going down in the use menu. And we can do that by pressing down and right at the same time, like so. You can see that there is still a capital U in the top left text. Then we want to head over to defaults, and confirm, and we get a quantity menu. And even though we only have one of the item that we are using, due to reasons, the game isn't able to figure out how many we have, and so this quantity menu uses the minimum and maximum values of the last quantity menu we looked at, which, as you may remember, is the drop menu for our stack of arrows, which means we can use 999. And then you confirm. And even though that soul packet is only worth 20,000 souls, I have just gained almost 20 million souls from using it 999 times. So that's quantity usage. It works on any item that you can use multiple of at the same time, which pretty much only just means soul packets and humanity. The next glitch, quantity usage, or quantity duplication, sorry, is equally easy to perform, but is tricky to set up. First off, I'm going to show you how it works. Instead of a stack of arrows to get you the 999 value on your quantity menu, you're going to need a Caestus, but not just any Caestus. You need a stack of Cesti. I'm going to show you how to get this afterwards. This is the tricky part, is getting this stack. But you're going to need one of these stacks. And you're also going to need access to Andre. And an item to duplicate, which I left down here earlier. Another soul of a great hero. Let me just move this to the top of my inventory. So, we're going to talk to Andre, go to purchase item, and find the Caestus. We're going to just simply look at this menu which says purchase for 200 souls. And with the glitched Caestus in our inventory, this will set up the value that we need for later. So cancel out of that, back out of Andre's menu. Back over to brightness. We press confirm and tab to the right at the same time to open up our two inventory, or open up the two menus at once again. Press A to confirm, and this time you just press down to go to drop. And then right to defaults, hit A, or confirm, and now we can get a negative value, which we set up using the glitched Caestus. And then confirming this will do two things. It will drop an item on the ground, which picking it up reveals that it's actually nothing. But more importantly, it will give us 178 items, which you can't go over 99, so we end up on 99. And that's quantity duplication. It works on any item that you can drop multiple of. So Covenant items, all these good consumables, divine blessings, soul packets, all souls, and all of the different types of titan will work on. So now I'm going to show you how to get that glitched Caestus. And I'm going to do it on a different character because it is rather annoying to do. Here I have a character that I made earlier just for this purpose. So the first step in achieving your glitched Caestus is to completely fill up your inventory. Not many people know this, but the inventory in this game has a limit of 10,000 weight worth of items. And we want to have either exactly 10,000 weight, or just slightly more than 10,000 weight. So figure out how much stuff is in your inventory, subtract that from 10,000 and make up the difference by either buying pikes from Andre, that is the heaviest item he sells, or if you have access to the blacksmith in Anno Londo, the giant blacksmith, you can buy giant armors, which weigh 16 point something. I've done it here by buying 1,000 pikes, and that takes a long time because you can only buy them one at a time. But once you are done with that, you want to come back to Andre and buy an additional 20 pikes. And a single Caestus. Even though we are above the inventory cap, we can still buy items. We are just unable to pick items up. And the next step is to drop this Caestus and try to pick it up. But you will see that the game does not allow us to do so. The next step is to drop the extra 20 pikes and then drop one additional pike to get us back under 10,000 weight. Now that we are under 10,000 weight, we can pick up this Caestus, and we will find that it is actually a stack of 20 Caestus now, and there is still an item on the ground here. Going up to the bottomless box will confirm that it is indeed a glitched stack of 20 Caestus. Another thing to note is that while inside the bottomless box, you can use the deposit all to box and remove all from box buttons to move the whole stack, but attempting to move just a single Caestus will break the glitched item, which is not what we want to do. I'm going to show that off just because I don't need this. And then we have two single Caestuses, and moving this one moves that one. It's weird. While 20 is enough to perform the glitch, you will only get 19 at a time when duplicating. So to fix that, we should drop our... I left them in the box, didn't I? I did. Okay. You should drop your Caestus, or in my case, two Caestuses, back on the ground. And then come back to Andre. We want to buy 2 more pikes to get us just over the 10,000 weight limit. We want to attempt to pick up this item again. We will not be able to. And then we want to drop 21 pikes again. And then when we pick up this item over here, it is a much larger stack. As you can see, we have 400 Caestus here. You don't need as much as 400, but as long as you have at least 100 in your stack, you will be able to perform quantity duplication. Another thing to note is that while the Caestus only weighs 0.5, this is a stack of 400, which means this one Caestus actually weighs 200. But I'm going to show that this stack of Caestus will work by duplicating this one humanity here. So I do as I did before. Go to Andre. I look at this menu for the Caestus. I cancel out of it. I bring up the 2 menus at once. I open the use menu for the humanity. Go to drop. Go to defaults. Now I can drop -399. Which will give me a full stack of humanity. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. It does take a long time to buy enough items to cram your inventory, but as you saw by my other character's inventory, it is well worth it to do so. Another thing that takes even more time to do is drop all of these pikes once you're done. I don't need this character, so I'm not going to be doing that, but I did have to do it for my main character, and if you plan on using your inventory without having 1,000 pikes in it, then you will have to do the same. And I wish you the best of luck in doing so. Look at how small the scroll bar is on the left of my inventory. It almost feels like the game's crashed. My inventory is that big. So yeah, unless you feel like doing that a lot, I'd recommend dropping all the pikes, as you no longer need them. If you do break your stack of Caestus by either trying to move one at a time in the bottomless box, or by dropping it, I'll just show off that this will also break it. And now I only have one. You will have to set it up again, so be wary of that. As you can see in here, I also only have one. Yeah, that's everything you need to know to be able to duplicate items and use items far more than you should be able to. Yeah.